Thanks for joining us today. Today we have coffee with Impetus right here with Michael Sokaris
Cheers.
from Centrotherm. So if you guys don't know who Michael is, maybe he can give us an introduction about himself, of who he is and what he does.
Okay. Hello everybody. My name is Mike Sokaris. I am the Director of Sales for Centrotherm. I've been with the company a little more than 3 years, and really excited about this opportunity to talk to Terrence and Impetus and everybody out there, just to fill you in a little bit about who we are, what we do, and why it is that we do that.
Awesome. So looking at what you do, you said you've been doing this for 3 years, or have you always been within the trade industry?
I've been within the trades. I was on the electrical side prior to coming to here, which is the electrical side of the business is very similar to the HVAC side. But I've been in this capacity, leading the sales and marketing team for about 3 years at Centrotherm.
Wow. How did you get the opportunity or decide to change over to something like venting from electrical?
Well, one of the things that I always say is with a big company, you do what you do. You have your swim lanes. You're in an Olympic-sized pool, but you have your swim lanes. You do what your job function was. And I always have been part of the sales team in different parts of the business, always responsible for distribution and our wholesale relationships, dealing with contractors in various places. So the opportunity came up with Centrotherm. The plant is 11 minutes away from here. And working with Centrotherm, I'm responsible for now not just U.S. Sales, but also Canada. Hence, our interaction. But I also see and do a lot more than I would have done, at the prior company that I was with. In the 3 years that I've been here, we've been growing very rapidly. And the nice thing is that we've been able to, impact a lot of change in that time, which is a nice thing about a smaller company as well. I was working for a big company. So we're very nimble, we're very quick to do things. And it's just a totally different environment, which, I absolutely love it.
I can see that. How long has Centrotherm been as a business?
Well, Centrotherm Corporate it's based out of Europe, out of Germany.
Yeah.
I think, don't quote me on the exact year, but I believe it's in like 1896.
Wow.
Company started. So they do a lot of sustainable building solutions, different types of building products. So they've been around a very long time. They've been making the product that we're now offering in the U.S. and Canada for about 25 years.
Wow.
So there's a ton of installations, globally. But for North America, we've kind of been behind the curve a little bit with adapting to higher efficiency appliances. That's kind of a newer thing, where Europe and the rest of the world embraced that a little earlier. So in North America, we've been offering the product for about 8 years now. And we've been manufacturing the product for about 5 years now here in North America.
That's pretty cool. Actually, for those of you who don't know, so what Centrotherm is for us, especially for when we do our boiler jobs or furnace jobs, they do the venting. They're the manufacturers of the venting that we use. Later into the stream, we're going to talk about how the venting works and how it slides in, all that kind of thing. But before that, let's get more into what Centrotherm really is. Where is your venting made currently?
So right now, the product that we manufacture is out of Albany, New York. Albany is the state capital of New York, for those who don't know. We are about 2.5 hours north of Manhattan. We're about 2.5 hours west of Boston, to just kind of geographically place us on a map, about 3.5 hours south of Montreal. So we're about midway up New York State on the east side of the state. In our plant here, we do have on-site engineering. All our customer service people are here. Our manufacturing is here. But we do also have local representation with manufacturers reps. We also have regional managers that are spread out throughout Canada and the U.S. The regional that's responsible for where you are, Terrence, is based out of Calgary. We have another in Canada based out of Ottawa. We have several more here in the U.S. And we have, extrusion capabilities here in the U.S. We extrude both flex and rigid product here in Albany. We have capabilities with thermoforming, injection molding, a lot of different plastic.
You guys have been starting to do those 3D printing too and stuff to kind of try out the models before it comes into production, correct?
Absolutely, we do that. That's a service that we provide to our distributors, our contractors. We do it for free. We can take engineering drawings, lay them out, or many times, the majority of the times actually, we take hand sketches that a contractor on the job site will lay out. We'll take those drawings, we'll interpret them. We will do the actual vent sizing. We will lay out the job, provide 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional layouts for the job. We can even create order of installation on, obviously we don't know what the boiler room or what the room looks like, but we provide what our recommendations would be as how to install that venting system.
That's pretty cool. Didn't know you guys did that to that extent. But
it's mostly for the commercial side of things, but we can lay it out and size it for any type of application.
So I know you have a video about how Centrotherm is used and how we slide it in. How about you give us a quick little slide and let the people know?
All right, I'm going to switch over to presentation mode here on MS Teams. Hopefully, tell me when you see it on your end, Terrence.
All right. Yeah, I see the camera.
Okay, so this is our main web page. If you would go to Tools and Training Videos, this is an expanding series, if you will, that we have. Actually, the very first one is the how to actually apply the product, how to install the product. It's a little quick little video. It's about a minute long. I'm gonna plop it on full screen mode.
That'd be perfect.
So, can you see that on your end?
Yeah, I can see it on my end. We use this product almost every day. So for people who don't know about it, this is probably the easiest venting to use.
Cool. So as it says there's no glues, primers, solvents needed. It's a gasket push to fit type of installation. All you need to do, and you'll see the visual here, just slide on the snap ring. You take the little water-based lubricant, just a pea size. You spread it across the male end of the pipe. Then you simply slide it, snap the connection, and in essence, you're pretty much done. What that person just did, he made an airtight connection without glue. As soon as he slid that piece together and snapped that lock ring into place, it was ready to go. And you could do that for your entire install.
Yeah, wow. And what sizes do you guys go up to? Because you guys go from, I think it was 1.5 or...
we actually go from 2-inch today all the way up to 12-inch in diameter. So we have 2-inch, 3-inch, 4-inch, 6-inch, 8, 10, and 12-inch diameter product.
How does the 12-inch work? Do you still go up to like push fit it and then snap ring it, or is there something different with the 12-inch?
Yeah, so with the 12-inch, it's still a gasket push to connect. Although for the larger diameters, 6-inch and above, you do not need to install the snap ring. There's enough friction and tension on the gasket where you do not need that to meet the ULC S636 or in the US UL 1738. That's needed for 2, 3, and 4-inch diameter product.
Damn, that's big.
It's available for the larger size if a contractor wants to use it, but it's not a requirement at the larger sizes.
So I guess that's what differs you from other manufacturers, that you guys are no glue, no primer, just a gasket.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, there's other differences that set us apart, but that is one of the main ones. It's gasket, no glues, no primers. Very super fast to install.
What are some of the other things that put you apart from them?
Well, number one, we're made out of polypropylene. A lot of other venting solutions are made out of PVC, and there's a lot of other inherent differences between the two. But it's a different type of material. Because of that, it's extremely light. We're 50% or more lighter than the equivalent diameter in PVC. So that makes it really easy to install for the contractor's perspective. Not only do you not have to glue, but it's very easy and light to install. Again, the gasket makes it super, super easy, to put together. Some other differences with a PVC-based product is that our operating temperature is from 32 degrees Fahrenheit to 230. We're PVC product. Operating temperature is from 50 degrees Fahrenheit to 149.
Right.
So when you compare polypropylene to PVC, there's a ton of upside safety that you have with a polypropylene offer.
Yeah, because I know for us, when we install our Navians, if we were to do, I think it was tankless, we can still use the 636, the white kind. But then if we were to jump over to a higher temperature with the boiler temperatures, then we actually have to use Centrotherm or the gray 636.
The CPVC, right?
The CPVC, yes. I
Yes,
just call it gray.
so
Sometimes I don't remember.
so and with CPVC, keep in mind that their operating temperature, I believe, goes up to 190 degrees.
Wow.
So there is still headroom, if you will, for polypropylene. Our softening temperature is way higher than PVC, considerably higher than CPVC. In essence, what you're doing when you're installing polypropylene is you're providing a higher degree of safety for the install than you would with the other products. Plus, as you saw from the video, as soon as you make that connection, you have an airtight connection with PVC, and you would know this. Depending on temperature, humidity, a lot of other factors, in order to install it properly, there is a cure time that you have to wait for that glue to harden. With polypropylene and with the way our gasket works, as soon as you make that connection, you can fire up your boiler. You're good to go.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot. I think that's why we completely switched to the product. I mean, I don't bring Michael on so that we talk about how great his product is, but I use it a lot, and I really think it helps our installation for speed and for the fact of what he just said, testing. You can use it right away. You don't have to wait for the glued joints. You don't have to worry about any leakage from the joints. But there's a lot of pros to Centrotherm, but I personally don't know any cons. But can you think of something that might be different, that in a situation you wouldn't use Centrotherm?
I guess we're limited to a degree from the sizes, right? We have 2-inch to 12-inch today. Certainly there are, in commercial applications, larger diameters that we're evaluating, possibly doing something down the road. Some other differences would be, the upside temperature still doesn't give you the spectrum of everything that you would need to vent, right? Our working temperature tops out at 230. Yeah. So again, depending on your application, you may need to switch to a metal vent, stainless or something metal. So on the top side, we're currently limited. The other thing that's a little different is it's not a PVC based product where you buy a 10-foot stick and then you cut it down to size. You can still cut our product, but we have variable lengths. A variety of lengths, I guess is a better way of putting it. We have 1-foot lengths, 2, 3-foot lengths, 6-foot lengths, and then for some diameters, we have 10-foot lengths. So 2-inch today to 10-inch product, or I'm sorry, 8-inch product, we have in 10-foot lengths. Today for the 10-inch diameter and 12-inch diameter product, we stop at 6 feet. Although we're getting ready, again, there's a little pitch on some new products that are coming. We are going to be introducing within the next week or two, introducing a 10-foot length for 10-inch diameter, which is a game changer. And we are going to a 9-foot length for 12-inch diameter. The reason for that, once you put the bell onto the 12-inch diameter product, it's a very, very long piece, and shipping it with the bell on it would be prohibitive. So we will have in the foreseeable future 2-inch to 10-inch diameter, 10-foot lengths, and then for 12-inch, 9-foot lengths.
That's pretty
Coming
good.
to a store near you.
That's pretty good. Yeah. So are you, because you say you guys are lacking in sizes and anything above 12-inch, are you guys going to be producing or manufacturing anything higher than that afterwards?
Yeah, we inevitably would like to. There's still, applications out there for 14-inch and beyond. What you get into at that point is, number one, our extruder, with that we extrude. We take raw granulate plastic, virgin material. We put it in a hopper. We melt it. We extrude it. Currently, the 2 extruders that we have are not capable of producing anything above 14-inch, 14-inch or above. So that's something that we're looking at as the commercial market continues to grow, as the demand for polypropylene in the commercial market expands. We certainly would love to do that, although we don't have, any dates or roadmap quite yet for that.
Oh, I mean, at least it's on your list, right?
Yeah, it's something for us to continue to do.
That's good. I like manufacturers that keep going to, strive for more and look for better ways for us to install, all of the above. Something about Centrotherm that I want to ask. I've been asked this a lot. People are asking, can these go inside walls?
Sure, that's a good question. So it can go in a wall, go in a chase. It can be installed in a chimney, both the rigid and the flex. We have two products that are available for installation in the chimney. We can also even install it in B vent. So if you've got an application where you're changing out an old low efficiency appliance, putting in a higher efficiency appliance, you don't have to rip out, the chimney or what's in the chimney in order to put in a venting system. You can simply install, rigid or flex.
The chimney kit, right?
Right in the chimney, and you can buy it all as a kit, as you know. I'm sure you've installed it.
That kit is awesome. If you guys want to see it, we have it on our page on our IGTV. It literally shows us from start to finish of how we put the collar on, how we fit the whole venting down through to the basement, and we put on a hot water tank for that job at least. That was our first time using it. I think Will is in this chat. So is Jace. So is Daryl. They had a great time using it.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
It was awesome. So we're getting close to the end soon. I just want to ask another question about Centrotherm. Other than your bigger sizes, what other products do you think are coming to the market soon that you can do a little bit of leak on about what we could be seeing in the next six months to a year?
Okay. So I already mentioned the fact that we've got longer diameters, longer lengths for the two larger diameters. We should be putting out a press release on that within the next week or two. We're always looking to make the installation, faster. I mean, it's fast as it is, without the glue. So we're looking at, different accessories and different products to make the system quicker and easier to install. And then we're getting ready to introduce a product that's really outside of the flue gas space. It's a plastic product used for air distribution. So if homes have an ERV or an HRV, this is a way to do either a simplified system, a semi-dedicated, or a dedicated air distribution system. We'll have an offer to do that in a gasketed, airtight plastic solution. So contractors are not using metal for the install. Again, much faster, simpler to do, airtight. We're looking to introduce that product, within a matter of a few months. Given COVID situation as it stands right now, we're still full steam forward with that. Again, it's not a flue product; it's an air distribution. It's on the air side of the business.
That's fancy.
But that is going to be our a very big product introduction within the next few months that we're getting ready for.
That's good to know. One other question I actually had, this is a personal question. I think I asked you that earlier and would love you to share a little bit about it, of how COVID-19 has been affecting you guys while you guys are working at Centrotherm, and, how your plant's been, and if you guys are still having, the people inside the plant working or not.
Yeah, so I started talking to it just before we kicked down and we switched off of that, but thank God, we've been considered by the state of New York an essential manufacturer. All businesses in New York that support the HVAC industry were deemed essential. So by that, our plant is fully operational. We're still extruding. We're still shipping as we were before. We were a little bit ahead of the curve as well, as things were, kind of heating up, for lack of a better way of putting it, with COVID. We brought in extra granulate material just to make sure that we had raw material to continue to manufacture. We beefed up our inventory. So all our manufacturing, shipping people are, in the plant. They're working. We have a pretty thorough system, coming in. As soon as you walk in the building, you get thermally scanned
Wow.
for temperature.
Head,
You either get a green light or a red light.
is it head to toe?
Thermals.
Like you go from your
Head to
head?
toe. Head to toe. There's one of those thermal guns at the
Wow.
door connected to a PC. You see your image. It records your time of entry, and you either get the green light or the red light. What we're trying to do is keep anyone that has obviously a temperature or somehow may have come down with it out. All the non-essential people like myself, our regional managers, salespeople.
Well,
We're
you're
overhead,
still
I
part of
guess.
the essential side.
You're right. We're working from home as I am right now here in Albany. So we're trying to keep production going, keep everything, operational. We did have one of the regionals in the U.S. was diagnosed with COVID.
Wow.
He had 2 weeks of lockdown in his house. Thank God he was healthy and, he recovered pretty well. But our travel's been restricted. New York State still, for the most part, does not allow general businesses to be open. But luckily, we're still operational.
How's that going so far with everything coming back together? Because I think for Americans and for us, we're starting to come back into phases of how we're going back into business. So how are you guys? How does it relate to you guys and what you guys do?
Yeah, so depends on the part of the U.S. Some parts are have opened up. A lot of commercial construction is still, open. Again, they have their own processes in place. But the governor here in New York State has, I believe it's like a 12-point, checklist. There has to be a flattening or decrease of a certain number of time of COVID cases. So there's a bunch of hoops that you got to jump through before things start opening up. People are getting antsy and itchy, which is what we were talking about. Kind of your house feels almost like a prison sometimes. But things are starting to open up. Hopefully with some of the social distancing and masks, some of the processes that are in place. Hopefully there's no resurgence, but only time will tell. Hopefully things will free up. I know we're getting ready I mentioned the launch of our airside product. We wanted to do it in person, and I had plans to be up in Canada. That's on hold until the borders are open, so we're taking it one day at a time.
Yeah, maybe when you come to Canada, then you have a real coffee day with Impetus.
That's right. I'll make a frappe for you.
I'll take one any day. So I got one more thing that I wanted to ask you that I shared with you earlier about a picture from Centrotherm, because you guys have your own picture from IG, and I went to the first picture. If you do remember it a bit,
I do.
Let's talk about what this picture was about, because it looks like you guys are in a plant, you on the very right, and what's the rest of the story on this?
So we brought on a new manufacturer's rep who's part of our sales team. So we work through regionals and agencies who support our product. So we had just brought a new manufacturer's rep. Coincidentally, our first IG photo happened to be a Canadian rep, so out of Alberta. So what we do when we bring on any new reps is we go through what we call an onboarding process. We bring certain people to the U.S., we take them through the manufacturing facility, we do onboarding, we do hands-on training. So when they come back into the field, they're ready to support our product, to support contractors, distributors, and such. So coincidentally, that picture is our rep out of Alberta by the name of Equipco.
Oh, it's Equipco. Yeah, right.
It's Equipco, yep. In Vancouver, our rep for Inaflu is JSA. You probably know the JSA guys as well. So that was a picture of just some of the guys that were down while we were on the plant floor. We were walking by the extruder. We were taking some photographs, and that was what that photo was. I think it was like 3 or 4 of the Equipco guys walking through the plant.
Matthew was like blowing up this chat asking about who's the handsome marketing guy and the person who took the photo. So I guess we got to give him some credit there.
Yes, Matthew, as you know, the ever diligent and very productive marketing guy that marketing communications person for Centrotherm. He does a super job for us. He coordinates a lot of that onboarding, a lot of our social media, our marketing pieces, our literature. He's super, and I'm sure he's on. And so he took those pictures, I'm pretty sure, or is in the picture at least.
Yeah, those are nice pictures. He does a good job. He does a good job.
He does. He does super work for us.
All right. I think we're on to some questions over here, but I don't even think there's much people today. So I think let me look at what else there is over here. Matthew just asked about who's the handsome marketing guy. We got that. Uh,
He asked the second time. I'm taking it.
no, he probably asks all the time.
He does.
Oh, there's a question I wanted to ask. Are you guys ever thinking of doing like manufacturers kind of for people to visit your plant as well? Something like you know how, let's say Rigid has Rigid experience, or I think other companies are thinking about bringing, like I think IBC or I think Navien, they bring us to the certain trainings. Does Centrotherm offer something like that, looking into the future?
We've done that several times last year. We're looking to do more of that. We've had distributors come through, obviously our reps when we do onboarding. We believe our plant is a showpiece. Once you come through, see our R&D lab, our testing facility, see the engineering department, that's not even on the production floor. That really shows you our capabilities. We're the only polypropylene manufacturer that has, on-site engineering in North America. We have, hand, welding stations. We custom fabricate polypropylene by hand for certain applications. We're a very automated process, from raw material to finished goods. It's completely automated. But when we need to do a custom piece, we have the ability to custom form roof terminations, custom manifolds for common venting. We can do that. We would love to show that off. And once you see what we can do, it just puts new light on our capabilities. So we can coordinate. We'd love to have you guys down.
I would love to one day.
We can coordinate visits. Again, it's a showpiece that we like to take people through because it truly sets us apart from our competitors.
Yeah, because I don't see any other venting competitors at the moment, or at least I don't know of them, to be honest. But yeah, thanks a lot for your time today, Michael. It's a great pleasure having you on here with Coffee with Impetus. Maybe is there any few closing words you want to say about Centrotherm before we close off?
First and foremost, I'd like to thank you, not only for this opportunity, but for your business. You guys have been a great customer of ours. We see your media posts, your social media posts. We appreciate that. And I would say, if you're not familiar, I know there's a number of, venting systems that are out there. Some of them trademark their product off of 636. That is not the only 636 venting solution out there. And I would say, look at Centrotherm for what we offer, because it is a 636 offer. It's not a PVC-based offer. It's very different. And the differences truly make a difference. They make a difference in the install, the speed, the ease, and the value, not to mention the most critical part, which is the safety elements of a higher operating temperature than some of the other offers out there. So for the viewers, thanks for considering us, and try to understand the differences, because I think it would make your life easier, make you a more profitable contractor, and provide your homeowner a more safe installation as well.
Awesome. And thanks again, Michael. It's Michael Sokaris with Centrotherm. If you haven't followed already, you can find them on their Instagram right below the frame. It's Centrotherm Ecosystems. So thanks for watching today, everybody, and hope you had a good time with us. And that will be the end of our stream.